Shalom Bethah members. I hope to do a few things in this, what I hope is a short video. It's a video partially because I read over 100 survey responses to the survey I sent out about how you might want to hear from this office either in writing or in video, and the messages were clear, and I hear you. You would like to hear from me in general about the same frequency but much shorter emails. I gotcha. And more than an occasional video, but have them be short, and mostly have them be about Torah wisdom, and occasionally something about the greater Jewish community, and occasionally things that are happening at Beth Am. I'm going to try to do a lot of that, and thanks for responding. First, I want to say that last night, or actually I'm recording this on Wednesday, but I don't think you're going to see this until Friday, so on Tuesday night, we had an extraordinary event at Temple Beth Am. We called it Reclaiming Sacred Space, and it was bringing Rabbi Susan Goldberg, who used to work at Wilshire Boulevard Temple, and Aziza Hazan, who is the executive director of New Ground, which is an initiative for Muslim-Jewish dialogue, come together and talk about their friendship and how Muslims and Jews and others can help one another reclaim our sanctuaries as sanctuaries in an era where our sanctuaries have become places of fear, sadly, and terror, and places that have to be protected. And I'm saying this to you, because I'll just say it straight out. I wish more of you were there, and I don't know why you weren't. And I say that with zero tisk, just wondering what we can do to get more of our community out when we're speaking about these things that are very important and connected to what it means to be a religious person in America today. If you have an idea for how we could have brought more people to such an event, please share it. I really want to know it. I was scheduled to launch the program, and I had something to say because I'm always prepared, or I try to be. And just before the program began, I went to Mincha at our shul, and I sat down and said the first line of Mincha, the first line of the Ashrei, which is really just a verse from Psalms 84. And once I said that line, which I've said thousands of times in my life, maybe tens of thousands, I stopped in my tracks, because all of a sudden I realized that that's what I needed to be thinking about in that tefillah, and when I needed to use 15 minutes later in my intro to the program, because I said, Ashrei Yoshvei Beitecha, the ones who sit in your house, oh God, that's who we're talking to, should be Ashrei. They should be happy and well and safe and taken care of and blessed that they're there. Oji Halalu Chasela, because all we want is for people in that place to praise you over and over again. And how elusive that simple notion seems to be in our day and age. And I almost didn't do any more davening in that mincha because I felt like that sentence was my prayer. I just wanted to share that with you because it was on my mind. And if you have access to that, please share it back to me. I'm going to do two more things in this quick email. One, I want to share a very quick piece of Torah with you in this week's Parsha. And when I'm done, I'll say I'm done and you can press stop. And after that, for those who want, I'm actually going to lead a very quick breathing exercise and meditation on that piece of teaching. So you can listen for the next 90 seconds or a little bit longer. Here's the 90-second version. In this week's Parasha Shelah-Lekha, the scouts go into the land of Canaan to see if it is a place that the Israelites can conquer and be well there. And I think you know the story. 2 of them come back saying, yeah, let's go. 10 of them come back saying, no, we're terrified. We're afraid. And they say about the people they met there, Vanehi kechagavim be'einenu. We were like grasshoppers in our eyes compared to them. We felt so small. V'chein hayinu be'eineihem. And we were also that way in their eyes. The Rebbe, the great, fiery, passionate, sometimes angry, but also beloved teacher of Torah, said the first part of what they said, no problem. We feel small in our own eyes all the time. There are circumstances that make us feel less than, humble for good reasons and sometimes humble for bad reasons, and requires us to make a change. That's a natural thing. We should be thinking about who we are in our own eyes. The sin of those 10 was the next part of the phrase. V'chein hayinu be'eineihem, and we were also like grasshoppers small in their eyes. The Rebbe said, basically, ma akhbat lecha? What do you care about how you think you looked in their eyes? Why are you spending so much time imagining how others see you? How do you see you? How do you see you? That's the work of the Jew. and the human being. You see yourself as small, you got some work to do. You see yourself as having humility, maybe you can be proud of that. You think others think of you this way or that, that is a wild goose chase, and it never ends. And it's not the work of Torah. The work of Torah is seeing yourself as you see yourself and as you imagine the Holy One sees yourself. And let others' thoughts about you remain on the periphery, remain in their imaginations, not yours. I think that's an important piece of Torah for us to be thinking about at all times, and particularly as we think about what really was the sin of those scouts. That's the end of the drash, so you can press stop now or pause, and I'll say to you Shabbat Shalom. And now, if you'd like to, I'm going to ask you wherever you are, except not while you're driving, because I don't want you to do this while you're driving. If you happen to be listening to this when you're driving, I want you to close your eyes, as I'm about to do. I want you to put your hands either on your thighs or dangling down by your side. If you haven't breathed yet while listening to this video, I want you to breathe. And you know what I mean by that. I'm not asking if you've taken in oxygen yet. Of course you have. But if you haven't breathed the neshima, the breath of neshama, of soul, take a breath or two, deep ones. The ones that feel like your whole body is being reanimated, every lift of the chest cavity. Like the air is an elixir. Like the intangible part of you is more alive every time the tangible parts of you takes in that sweet air. Breathe like you're grateful for it. And for a few brief seconds, as you try to quiet your mind and hear anything else you hear in the background as white noise, present but not important, I want you to meditate on this sentence. Who do you look like to you? How do you seem to you? Who are you in your eyes? Not anyone else's. Who do you aspire to be in your eyes? And I pray, as you open your eyes if you want to, that this be a Shabbat wherever you find yourself, where you can live in and breathe in and lean into the you that you know, that you are meant to be, that you need to be, that you're destined to be, that you can be. Shabbat Shalom.